T1,
right here,
T3,
right here,
T7,
right here.
supraspinous ligaments,
Those would be the ligaments in between each of the spinous processes.
costovertebral junction,
That is the connection between the ribs and the vertebrae. And you can't really feel
trapezius,
that. Trapezius would be here,
paravertebral muscles,
right here,
scapular muscles,
right here,
L3,
right here,
L4,
right here,
L5,
right here.
step off deformity,
Step off deformity is usually between L4 and L5 or L5 and S1, and what you're looking for is the vertebrae above if it's more anterior than the one below it.
median sacral crest,
Right here,
PSIS,
right here,
iliac crest,
right here,
gluteals,
right here.
ischial tuberosity,
Have you flip on your side. Be about right here,
greater trochanter,
right here,
sciatic nerve,
right here. All right, and now we're gonna go into active range of motion. So I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna have the measurement of normally spine, and first I'm gonna have you do the movement yourself. So I'm gonna have you go down and touch your toes and come back up. And then I'm gonna do it with measurement, so go down and do it again. All right, and hers got longer, which is what you want it to do, so that's good. And then we're gonna do extensions. So I'm gonna have you lean back, then go back up, and then I'm gonna measure it again. And her spinal cord got shorter, which is what it's supposed to do, so that one is good. And then I'm gonna go into rotation. And I'm gonna have you turn in.
which way?
Toward this way, sorry. All right, go up one more time, and then do it again over here. I'll go ahead and turn it in. And hers are equal on both sides, which is what you're looking for, the same measurement on both sides. So that's it for active range of motion. Now I'm gonna go into passive range of motion. So for flexion, I would put one arm under here, under the neck, but for sake, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And then I put hand on the distal thighs, and then I would bring the thighs up, kind of crunch her together. And for that one, there would be a limited end feel because of rib articulations in the posterior ligaments. And then I'm gonna do extensions, so I'm gonna have you flip over. And for extension, I would stabilize down here, but since I have a camera, I will not be doing that. And then I will put a hand, she'll have her hands flat on her sides like that, and then I will pull her up like that, and that one will have a limited end field due to spinous processes and anterior ligaments. I'm gonna have you flip back over again. I'm gonna have you bring your knees up. And then I would stabilize down here, but for the sake of video, I'm not going to. And then I would rotate the hips without making sure the butt or the hips don't come off the table. And for that one, it'll be a limited end feel due to the alignment of the facet joints. All right, and that is it for passive range of motion. So now I'm gonna go into manual muscle testing. So for extension, or for flexion, I would stabilize it down here like this, and then I would have her push up against me. So I'm gonna try and stabilize down here while holding the camera, and then I'm gonna have you sit up against me. All right, and hers would be a 5 out of 5 because she has full strength. And then I'm gonna go in, the muscles tested for that would be the internal and external oblique, and then the rectus abdominis. Okay. All right. Next one. Extension. So for that one, I would stabilize down here, and then I would have her push up against me. And for that one, it's testing, and hers is 5 out of 5. And that one is testing the erector spinae muscle group. And then I'm gonna go into rotation. So I'm gonna stabilize down here, and I'd have her push up against the opposite way. So push that way, and that's 5 out of 5, and you do that bilaterally. So have her push up that way. And hers is 5 out of 5 because she has full strength, and that one is testing the external and internal obliques. And the rotator, and there's one more, let me think. The multi-fighted muscle, and that's it for manual muscle testing. So now I would go into special tests. I'm going to have you flip over. I'm going to come over this side. So for this one, I would take both thumbs and I would push down against the spinous processes. And if it doesn't spring back or there's pain, it's a sprain at the facet joint. And then I'm going to go into the Valsalva's test. I'm going to have you come sit at the edge of the table. And I'm going to have you bring your closed fist up to your mouth, and I'm going to have you breathe in deep. Deep breath in. And then blow it into your closed fist. And for that one, if there's pain, or anything, it would be indicative of a herniated disc. And then for the next one, I'm going to do the Milgram test. So I'm going to have you lay down. And for this one, I'm going to have you lift both your legs up in extension, and you would do it for 30 seconds, but for the sake of time, we're not going to. And if she was unable to hold that position for 30 seconds, or there's pain, it would be indicated of a herniated disc. And then now I'm going to do the Hoover sign test. So this one, I'm going to bring both your feet up, and then I'm going to instruct you to lift one of your legs up. And if she doesn't apply pressure down with this, and you would do it bilaterally. And if she doesn't apply pressure downwards with the leg that's not being extended, she would either be faking an injury, or she would just not be able to hold the weight on that leg. And then next, I'm gonna go into the straight leg raise test. So I'm gonna extend, internally rotate, and abduct, and then I would go up with that one until she says it hurts. So and then you would lower it a little bit, and then you would dorsiflex the foot. And if there's pain when you start with extending the leg, and then it goes away when you lower the leg, and then comes back when you dorsiflex, it's indicative of sciatic nerve irritation. And then the next one, I'm gonna do the well straight leg raising test. So this one would be on the uninvolved side, right here, and then extend the leg, and if there's just if there's pain or discomfort stated on the opposite side, it would be indicated of that one's a herniated disc as well. So for the next one, I'm gonna do the bowstring test. So I'm going to grab the lower leg. I'm gonna extend, and then if that starts hurting, I'm gonna flex the knee, and then I'm gonna push in the popliteal fossa. And if there is pain when you're bringing the leg up and then it goes away when you flex the knee and comes back, when you put pressure on the popliteal fossa, it's a compression or tension on the sciatic nerve. And then the next one is the Kerning-Brudzinski test. So for this one, I'm going to instructed to do this one. So you would bring your leg up. First you would have her put both hands, here I'll do this. You would put both hands under your thing and bring your head to your chest. And then you would bring one leg up until you felt pain, and then you would flex the knee like that. And for that one, if there is pain in the patient's back, and when you start and then it disappears and comes back, it's indicated of nerve root irritation. So for the next one, I'm gonna have you stand up. This is the Stark standing single leg. I'm gonna have you would stand and then have one, you would stand on one leg, so put one leg up, and then you would lean back into extension, right? And then for that one, if there's pain in the lower weight-bearing side, it's a positive test for pars interarticularis fracture. I'm not really sure if I said that right. And then for the quadrant test, I would apply a downward pressure on both sides, but I only have one hand, and then she would extend back, lean to the side, and then rotate for that one. And if there is radiating pain, if there's reproductions of symptoms, or if there's radiating pain, it's a nerve root impingement, and if there's local pain, facet joint pathology, and then if there's pain isolated over the PSIS, it's SI joint dysfunction. And now I'm going to go into myotomes and dermatomes. So for L1 goes here, and that one would be hip flexion. L2 goes here, that one's also hip flexion. L3 goes down here, that one's knee extension. L4 across and down here, that one is ankle dorsiflexion. L5 goes down here in between the first and second, and that one is great toe extension. And then S1 comes down to the fifth, and that is ankle plantar flexion. And then S1 is the one underneath. It comes down through the gastroc and down to the heel, and that one would be knee flexion. And then for the reflex testing for L1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, it would be patellar. Go. And then for S1 and S2, it would be Achilles. There you go. And that is all.